Universal basic income is a radical idea. Limiting wealth accruement is a radical idea. Free healthcare for all is a radical idea. Why are they the radical ideas? Why is it not a radical idea that we have a 40-hour work week? Or a radical idea that we have a $7.25 minimum wage federally? Or a radical idea that we keep laws and systems in place that continue to disenfranchise people? Why are we taught that the norm that we live in now isn't the radical way of living that was created by generations before? And instead, we're taught that our idea of wanting to remove some of these systems and create a better system for us to live in is the radical idea. It's labeled as socialism and people run from it. And I get it. Socialism is a scary thought and idea. I'm not here to push or brand socialism. If you believe I am, then okay, you're not fully listening to me. What I'm saying is, why don't we push for what is assumed to be radical now, but shouldn't be radical? The idea that humans should just be able to simply exist isn't a radical idea. That's the basis. That each person has value just because they are here isn't radical. That's the basis. That no one person has a higher value than another person, that's not radical. That is the norm. But we allow people who have exorbitant amounts of money to dictate to us how things should be. So our views of changing things so that the majority of people are able to have more and live better is against the view of the minority of people having even more and living even better. This idea that we can find a way to revolutionize how we do things to make it better for all isn't something that should be radical. My language was probably confusing in that, so let me say this. Eat the rich shouldn't be radical, it should be standard. The amount that the top person at a company makes should be attached to the lowest person. Those two should be tied, so that as the top person raises their amount, the lower person gets pulled out of poverty. We should have universal basic income. $1,000 a month to everyone shouldn't be too radical, seeing as we're eliminating jobs and we're having problems with employment. We give billions of dollars to other countries to fight wars that we don't belong in, but we can't give those same billions of dollars to end homelessness here in the US. It is about to be illegal to fall asleep outside in Florida. And I might be misquoting that, but this is the headline and the link is in the description if you want to read more. Homelessness shouldn't be illegal if that's where we're pushing people, but you're trying to incarcerate people of this generation to get free labor out of them, and that's the problem. I don't think I'm done being silent, but I've just not said my piece before. And in order to start a revolution or start something that seems to be radical, you have to make sure that the things that you say are radical are not. These things I'm saying are not radical ideas, they're basic human ideas, but you, the one who is opposed to this thought, have been told that it should be a radical idea to want more than what you have. Unless that wanting more of what you have puts you into the rich echelon. And then when you're rich, you can have anything you want. It is extremely expensive to be poor. And it shouldn't be that way. Bank overdraft fees are bullshit. Random service fees, like when I ordered from the McDonald's app and had to pay 20% for a random service fee, and they still forgot 4 of my items and were slow on the uptake to get it to me, that shouldn't be. Anything over $10 for anything at McDonald's is way too expensive. That's a niche example, but everything is becoming to a point where we are priced out of it. Our wages are not increasing, but the cost of our housing is. You see where I'm going with this? This whole thing is built to create more poor people. The system is broken. The system we're living in right now is the radical system. The ideas that I'm putting forth in this simple video, they're not the radical ideas. They're the ideas of how humanity is supposed to be. It's how it was originally created to be. So if these systems we create are not built to serve a majority, then they should be fixed to serve the majority. If the systems are built to serve the minority, they are not good systems. And I could be wrong in that. And that's the difference between me and someone else saying this. All these things I'm saying are my thoughts and opinions, and I believe I'm right in them. But they're intended to start dialogue and conversation. Which is why, after every video, not this one, but after every video, I will go live the following weekend for anyone to hop in and discuss with me. I want to find solutions. I want to start a revolution. I want to begin to change how things are. I'm sick of how they are right now, and I don't want to just talk about them. I want to find organizations that I can donate my very small amount of money to, that I can give my somewhat small amount of time to. I want to change things. I want to learn how, and I need help because I'm not the only one who knows everything. There's people out there who know more than me. This video is more than just a complaint about the status quo. It's a, hey, we've got to fucking stop talking about it and change it. Yes, I would love to get famous and rich, as would everyone, because that's a ticket to Easy Town. You don't have to worry about these things anymore. I do want to be someone who does it differently. We saw the downfall of Representative Jeff Jackson. Turned his back on the people who put him where he was. And he's not the only politician who's done that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, she can't even call what's happening in Israel a genocide. No one can. It is a genocide. They're targeting the people of Palestine and using the excuse of self-defense, which is the same excuse that we used in the early 2000s to go to war against a faceless enemy and just wipe out a lot of people. And we were behind it. We never needed to. This video contains a lot of things that I'm talking about. All I'm saying is this one thing. It is radical to want to change a system that needs to be changed. But, which I know is an eraser word, I want it to be known that the idea of the majority having a lot more protection, security, and financial support is not the radical idea. It is what should be normal. We should want to take care of others. We are in a strongly individualistic society, and building community is difficult and tough. A lot of people are lonely and feel trapped. We need more people who want to fix it, and I'm one of them. Not the only one, not the one leading the charge, I'm just one of them. I want to build a community that helps others. I can't do this on my own. I have a loud voice, a brain, and the ability to say what I think and what I feel. That's it. I'm a mouthpiece. I need people to help with action. I'll do whatever I can, but we have got to stop talking about it and complaining about it and start figuring out how we can fix it and change it. And if that's running for office and getting into politics, we've got to do it. And we have to maintain our backbone and fight against the corporations that are going to try to buy us out, that are going to try to kill us, and they're going to try to wipe us off the face of the earth. This is a rallying cry to do what current society thinks is radical, so that one day, we will be able to say the ideas that go against the majority and helping those in need, those ideas are the radical ideas, and the normal is reaching out to build community, help those in difficult places, and to lift up those that need it. This video marks day one. I don't know where I'm going with this, and I don't know how it's going to end up, but I know I'm starting in what little ways I can. Please share with me in the comments below organizations I can join, donate to, help in order to start changing things and turning them around. I'm going to use my voice, no matter how small, to speak out against whatever I can and talk about whatever I think is important to know when it comes to changing things for the better. I am sick. I am sick of how things are, and I want them to be different, and I'm not going to just talk about it. I am going to do it. However that is, I'm going to do it. I don't know. But I sure as hell am going to find out.